Hi, friends. I'm John LaCroix, owner and race director of the Human Potential Running Series. Thank you so much for your interest in being a volunteer for one of our upcoming events. It goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway, that events like ours cannot happen without buy in as volunteers from our community of runners, their friends, and family. So thank you so much for your interest in being willing to volunteer at an upcoming event. This is one of a handful of videos I've made to discuss various volunteer opportunities at HPRS. I'd like to encourage you to watch the other videos if you feel a different position may be of better interest to you. This video covers the basics of volunteering for race setup and teardown. The location of setup and teardown for each race varies greatly. During the week leading up to the event, we will email you with details about where and when to meet for your shift. If you are helping us with setup, this usually entails the following. You'll be helping set up the start-finish line with things like flagging, Christmas lights, and our inflatable arch. And you'll be helping us divvy out all supplies that are going to each of the aid stations out on the course. When assisting with the start-finish line, you'll be working directly with myself or our assistant race director. This task doesn't tend to take a long time, but it's an important part of setting the scene for the race. The divvying out of supplies is a much more important job and more involved than helping with the start-finish line. Let me explain. For each race at HPRS, we have a master supply list that indicates exactly what items each aid station will have for their location. These items include tables, canopies, coolers, utensils, stoves, and more. It also includes exactly what food items they'll have and how much of that food will be dispensed to them. You will be assisting us in ensuring that every aid station receives all of their supplies in a way that is easy for them to pick up and transport. These are the two main items associated with race setup, and any help we can acquire for these roles is greatly appreciated. The other task is teardown. At the end of the event, when most everyone is heading home, it is the most deflating feeling as a race director to be standing there with a pile of garbage and miscellaneous supplies strewn about and no one there to help you put it away. Runners get awards, hugs, photos, accolades, and a lifetime of memories. And race directors get soda-stained supplies and no one to talk to. I offer this with humility and a smile, but anytime I can get a hand putting things away, I am beyond grateful. When it comes to teardown, here's how it works. The first thing we do is sort everything by like item. As aid stations start bringing their supplies back in, we start digging into those bins and sorting everything. We put tables with tables, coolers with coolers, stoves with stoves, clean utensils, dirty utensils. And we do the same with food items. Some food items are perishable and get thrown away. Any leftover meat, cheese, and fruit is free for the taking. If you want it or know someone who may, please take it. The non-perishable items like chips, pretzels, candies, and cookies we save for the next event, which is usually only a few weeks away. If the item will save without going bad, we combine things into as few bags as possible, then sort them into bins by like items. So all the cookies, pretzels, and chips will go into one bin. All the pots and pans will go into one bin. All the utensils go into one bin. Once all of our items are sorted and ready to put away, they either go into the U-Haul trailer for events far from storage, or they are put back into the storage unit in an orderly fashion. We do have a map of where things go in our storage units, and it is imperative that we follow this plan. Ideally, after each race, there should be 6 to 8 empty black bins that we can use to create new aid station bins when we arrive for the next race. We should also be able to move freely within the storage unit, even if we have to take a few things out, like water jugs or propane tanks, to do so. Teardown at our races may also include walking the premises for any trash we find on the ground, whether it's ours or not. It's our mission to leave our race sites better than we found them. It will most likely include assisting us with taking down the start-finish area, and it may include helping us in sorting the aid station supplies and getting things loaded into the trailer and or put into storage. It is not a glorious position, but one that is truly appreciated so that we can wrap up the event and head on home for some much needed rest. For all of our volunteer positions, you will receive an email about 2 weeks out from the event reminding you that you signed up to volunteer for one of our upcoming events. we'll ask you to let us know if you can no longer make it for whatever reason, so that we can find a suitable replacement for you. In general, we ask that you please mark your calendar right after you sign up for a volunteer position with us so that you're not surprised when you receive this reminder email just before race weekend. And during the week leading up to the race, you'll receive thorough communications from HPRS about the logistics for your position on race weekend. We'll let you know the who, what, when, where, and how of what you'll be helping us with. We provide all of the supplies that you're going to need to do your job with us. You're not going to need to bring anything but yourself. Again, we direct over a dozen of in-person events throughout the entire calendar year and in multiple states. We typically wrap up one event before moving on to the next. So please be patient with us when it comes to communication. We've not forgotten about you. It's just not your turn yet. You will receive thorough communication and in plenty of time to prepare for race day. Thank you so much for considering volunteering with the Human Potential Running Series, and I hope to see you on race day.